If you're picking up the new iPhone in a couple of weeks, you might want to think hard about which carrier you choose. iPhone 5s on Verizon and Sprint won't be able to handle simultaneous voice and data unless you've got a Wi-Fi connection. Here's Verizon's statement. iPhone 5 was designed to allow simultaneous voice calling on the Verizon wireless network while browsing the internet over Wi-Fi. This is no different from the current iPhone 4S. As an Apple spokesperson explains to the New York Times, iPhone 5 supports simultaneous voice and data on GSM-based 3G and LTE networks. It's not yet possible to do simultaneous voice and data on networks that use CDMA for voice and LTE for data in a single radio design. Networks like Verizon and Sprint. But what about their LTE coverage? The problem is U.S. carriers haven't started pushing voice over LTE yet. Right now it's almost strictly for data. So when someone makes a voice call on their LTE-enabled phone, it falls back to previous generation antennas, which means using either GSM or CDMA networks. A non-tech explains it's all because of the antennas Apple decided to include in the iPhone 5. Adding CDMA support would have made the iPhone 5 chunkier or could have resulted in a variant iPhone specifically for the CDMA standard, which Apple wasn't likely to embrace. iDownload blog says it could be a deal breaker. These days we take our multifunction phones for granted. It's tough to imagine not being able to look something up on the web while out and about talking on the phone. Then again, maybe it won't be a huge deal to consumers. Take a look at the numbers. GigaOM reports Verizon activated 2.7 million iPhone 4Ss last quarter compared to 2.5 million Android devices, many of which run on Verizon's LTE network. That's more iPhones, which can't even touch LTE, than all of Verizon's Android phones combined. Of course, if you're set on LTE support, you could simply wait until carriers start using it for their voice services. But Verizon won't be headed that way until late next year at the earliest, according to Network World, because the carrier is satisfied with its current voice over CDMA setup. For Newsy, I'm Megan Murphy. Multiple sources, The Real Story.